Hello, my pack. Welcome back to Star Trek Online. It's Kiba here, and we're going to be playing some more Romulan stuff. We're going to be going to Flotilla and turning in a quest. And hopefully we'll be getting our new ship today. Well, in this episode. Not today. But I hope we'll be getting it in this episode. Last time we fought the Tholians, assholes, and we did stuff, and for some reason did not load the site, the fleet site. Anyway, how y'all doing? Doing good? I'm doing all right. I got over that headache I had a few days ago. And now we're going to go and talk to Titan. Hopefully today we'll be getting a new ship. I think our next ship has 2 fore, 2 aft weapons, which is where I'll be getting another cannon and putting it on. I will go buy another cannon. I don't think it comes with one. If it does, then it does.
Jolan True, is there something Romulan temporal defense can help you with today?
What is Romulan temporal defense?
I am Sub-Commander Kale of the Romulan Temporal Defense Department. We've established this department in order to preserve the events that formed the Romulan Republic. There are many points in the past that some Romulans want to change. The destruction of Romulus and Remus being just one of them. Of course, changing these events could erase everything we have earned. We would be reduced to being ruthless spies, still ruled by the Tal Shiar. We in Temporal Defense can advise you in any matter dealing with time travel.
We're done here.
Jolan True, you found something incredible. This will be the new home of the Romulan Republic. It will be Mol Rihan, New Romulus, and we will create a new way of life there. This is exactly what we needed to begin talks with the Klingons and the Federation at Kittimer. Unless you have any more questions, I would report to Tamer. I have many preparations to make.
How does this impact the Federation and Klingons?
We will need allies to help with the colonization. It's likely that the Federation will be willing to help with this. We also cannot settle on New Romulus without the goodwill of the Klingons, given how close we are to their space. If they would be willing to lend us a small portion of their military might, we would be safer from the Tal Shiar. After that, if Empress Sela continues her attacks, she will be doing it against a new civilization, not a band of rebels. That will make all the difference.
Can you confirm the identity of the sword we found?
We don't know yet, but we do know it is as old as the Sundering and uses materials like those of the Vulcan Swordmasters, so that narrows it down a bit. The Sundering tore our people apart, but it also unified the Romulans under a common cause: the preservation of our emotions and our freedom. If this is truly the sword of the Raptor Star, it could help to once again unify the Romulans under the cause of preserving the freedoms we hold dear.
Understood. I'll go talk.
We're counting on you.
Good work, Lieutenant. I knew you were the right person for this job. It will take us a long time to analyze the sword you found. We have to be very careful with something like this, but even the responsibility of finding the sword of the Raptor Star has given everyone on the flotilla hope for the future. Your role isn't done, however. Titan and I will both want you to be with us for the next task, meeting with the Federation and Klingons and Empress Sela on Kittimer to talk about peace and the colonization of New Romulus. And here's where we'll decide. I actually kind of... What the arc on here? 90? 45? I think we'll go for this.
Congratulations, Centurion.
The next... Oh yeah, now we're a Centurion, by the way. Centurion. We made a breakthrough. We can't claim Dewa 3 and make it our planet without allies. Planet is close to Klingon space, though they've never formally claimed it. If we could get their support, or that of the Federation, we could be able to break away from the Romulan Star Empire without worrying about what the Tal Shiar will do. Titan has been working for weeks to get the Klingons and Federation to agree to talks. Now representatives from both factions will be at the Kinmer to hear our proposal. And so will Empress. I want you to be there as well. I think we'll need someone like you on our side. Won't be easy, but this will be the best chance to create new life and a new home. Allegiance reward, allegiance costume options. I think we'll be going on the side of the Federation this time around, because the last time I did it, I joined the Klingons, and I know what their rewards are, but I'd rather since I'm doing this and I have done that before, I might as well do the other side of that coin.
The Tal Shiar is advancing on our allies.
Okay, so first things first, we got another shield, and it is a personal shield Mach 2. So, Tovan, you're the first one who needs a new shield. You get a new shield. Congratulations. Okay, so these in place of that, and there we go. Also, we'll go into here, open the replicator, and we will recycle these weapons. That's how I usually end up doing that anyway.
Jolan True, is there something Romulan temporal defense?
I think these are just cool stuff I can get for doing story arcs. You must claim the story arc reward on your Delta recruitment before you. And this is reward on a no Delta recruit. I'll have to look up what the Delta recruit stuff is and all that stuff. Okay, so there's that. I think we don't get our new ship until after the Kiba conference. That doesn't matter, actually. It doesn't matter to me, honestly. What is this? Oh, so there is a difficulty setting. So we're playing under what would technically be called easy in most cases, otherwise known as the normal setting. So yeah. Heading up to the ship. Did I actually start my timer like I was supposed to? No, I didn't. Well, we're gonna start our timer now. Okay, so we're going to the Kiba conference in Kiba. So yeah. Here's, you can tell the difference in space by their markings. Like here's, I guess, I don't know what that symbol means. This is the Federation, Romulans, the Klingon space, Borg space. Galaxy now. There's other space. Deep Space Nine, satellite, the space station. Almost said satellite, and now I'd probably be hit in the face for that. Not actually. It would actually hit me in the face for that, but I'd feel like a derpity derp for saying it. Yeah, the Dyson stuff is still active. I wonder if once we get on the new homeworld, can I do the Dyson Sphere quest? Because it's got some pretty damn good loot, and I'd love to do the quest. Because that quest gives you really freaking good loot. It's difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, it's pretty damn hard to begin with, but I did it right as soon as I could, and I got some really damn good loot. Like, holy crap. So yeah, that might be a thing we do if we can actually do it. That might be a thing we do. Did I mention it's hot in my room? Which is where I'm recording this, my room. It's where my computer is, it's where I record, it's where I upload, it's where I sleep. It's where I do everything. But yeah, it's hot. It's hot in my room. It's really freaking hot in my room. I can hear the dog barking. And me itching. Do 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 do. Hey. So yeah, how's all your days going? It's going fine? Y'all doing well, hopefully. I worry about my pack when I'm not, you know, recording and stuff. I do worry. I'm a worry wart. Because you're all my pack, and I care about y'all. Oh, this is going to take a while. Going across the frickin' universe. Holy ever living. Oh! How do we get so far? How do we get so far away? How'd we get so freaking far away? There's the SS Azura. We could go do that mission eventually. I think that's what those are missions. I don't understand. No. I know what these are, the Deep Space Encounter. But some of them, I just don't know what they are. Like, some of the symbols, like that one and that one. I don't know. Is that like fleet territory? And these are battles that I can go do? I don't know. Is that something I can do anytime? Oh, there's a Borg red alert right there. We could go do that. No, we actually can't, by the way. That was jest. I'd die a lot. I would explode. Like, seriously. You're not supposed to go do those until you are like frickin' like level 60 and have a big ass ship and like a like awesome sauce anti-Borg shit on all your weapon systems and just no. Like, seriously. Let's go do Turning Point now. I just realized that I could have gone in the Cryptic market and looked at all the Cryptic stuff. I don't have any coins, but I could get some coins eventually.
Kittimer. This place has some bad blood. Back in 2346, the Romulan military launched a massive attack that slaughtered all the Klingon colonists here and took the planet. The Klingons took it back in the chaos after Shinzon's rebellion. This is the first time since then that they've allowed Romulans to be here. We should be careful. The Klingons aren't going to be in a great mood. Just having us here will be a reminder of what's happened. Zatan is waiting for us with the rest of the Romulan diplomats in the Hall of Conquest.
Alright, let's go meet Zatan. In other words, be on your best behavior.
I wonder what it takes to be put in the Gallery of Honor.
That's a good question. What does it take? I mean, I really...
Chamber of Conquest. Let's hope one day the Klingons turn their attention to the Tal Shiar.
I mean, I do like the best thing about this, by the way, is here. It's here, right? No. It's available in progress. Yeah, Allegiance reward and Allegiance costume options. You actually, I think, can get a weapon, a melee weapon off of this, which, by the way, will end up being my secondary weapon. Because melee weapons are freaking good.
It's good to see a friendly face. The air here is a bit tense right now. I need to stay here and prepare for Empress Seela's arrival, which I'm sure will not be pleasant. Could you speak with the Klingon and Federation delegations? See what they're thinking. Get a feel for how the negotiations will go, and most importantly, try to convince them of our sincerity.
What about the war between the Federation and Klingons? How will they both help us?
Both of them want to learn more about Romulan technology, and they're willing to do a great deal for us to acquire it. We will have to be careful not to get dragged into their war, however. We are already dealing with the Tal Shiar, and that is more than enough. I believe both of them see us as a potential resource. While I'm not terribly happy about that, it is a way to get them to assist us. And until we are established on a world of our own, we need their help.
I understand. What can I do to help?
We're still working on an agreement, but an initial proposal is on the table. The Federation and Klingons will help us establish New Romulus, as long as they can set up embassies on the planet. They wish to use this as a chance to acquire Romulan technology and Romulan allies. We need assistance to create a new world. It's a give and take, one that will hopefully work. You can start by speaking with some of the delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes time to present our case.
Belvon, what do you think?
I think we should do whatever we can to stop the Tal Shiar. If that means making an alliance with Starfleet or the Klingons, fine with me. I would be worried about us getting dragged into their war, but I expect that they're both more interested in our cloaking designs than our people. I say we go with whoever is most willing and able to help us against the Tal Shiar. That's all that really matters.
Listen to Datan's response.
We must be careful not to let vengeance blind us in our attempts for freedom. In the meantime, I would ask you to speak with delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes
I'll
to...
do what I can. So, first thing we're gonna do is mingle. We're gonna mingleize. We're gonna go talk to dudes. Mingle with Klingon delegate in the hall. Delegation of the Hall of Heroes. There's 3 things we're gonna do. And apparently we're not going through this door. We're going through that door, over there. You knew that was the right door, right? I knew it. Totally.
The Hall of Heroes. They're probably Klingon heroes who killed Romulans.
Death to the enemies of the Empire!
Diplomacy makes for thirsty work. The Federation ambassador can't hold his teeth for more than a minute. The Vulcan just stares daggers at everyone. Half my delegation are a breath away from ripping into the Starfleet. There's like rampaging targs, and we're all stuck in here with backstabbing Greenbloods. Did I offend you? Get used to it. We don't have a reason to trust you yet, and I don't know if we will or will. Maybe I could help you with thirst? Get a mug of blood wine.
I understand their stance, but still, there are issues. The would-be Romulan Republic is weak and fractured. How could an alliance benefit us?
That's a good question. How could an alliance benefit you? There they are, tables of blood wine. I love how I can run with this, like this, and it doesn't seem to do anything to the glass. Or the wall, or the wine inside. That's a better one. Ah, blood wine, at least some manners. Nice to know that all as ill-bred as the stories say. What are your thoughts on the peace treaty?
We are Klingon!
Bah! You don't even respond with an insult? Looks like you're on your best behavior. Since we're being diplomatic, I suppose it could be said that you people may be entirely with this. But just because you know when to bring a Klingon a drink doesn't mean that we're friends. I'm keeping an eye on you and your kind. Alright then.
What do you have to offer the Empire?
Greetings. I'm Ambassador Stas, representative of the Klingon Empire. I'm curious. What exactly does your group have to offer the Klingons and the the times Klingon politics has little in common with Romulan mannerisms. Titan's group are survivors. We fight the Tal Shiar day and night.
Yes, we Gorn can be diplomatic.
Trustworthy, perhaps an alliance with your group, bolster harsh. Against the Federation, if you stab us in the back, that is, yes.
The Klingons don't seem too thrilled with the idea of being allies. Maybe we'll have better luck with the Federation.
Maybe. Let's go mingle with those Federation dogs. Nah, I'm joking. I think I prefer the Klingons over the Romulan because I love their bird of prey design. But I really do like the way both sides, all three sides operate. I could never tell you I have a favorite side, because I don't. They all have different mannerisms.
I'm from Starfleet. I'm here to help.
One of our new political allies. I am Juros. I do not know how to say say his name. A representative of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. I love how I say that. Corps. I do that a lot. Let's talk, shall we? Yes, I'd love to chat. Now, please, don't make cool actions from some colleagues. It's an indication of how whole Federation feels. There is a history between our two governments, but I believe with some work we could come to a peaceful arrangement. Don't you agree? I was hoping we... Of course you do, of course. What else would you... Another fine, forward-thinking Romulans, such as Titan, be present here at this conference. I like to think that all of us, the Federation, the Klingons, and Romulans alike, are as engineers. We're building bridges to newer, brighter future. We're architects, designing vital, load-bearing structures on which we might build a vital cooperative efforts. But before we get to window dressing, and of course you, where we must be. Yes, we could start Why with the foundations? You know that, of course. Why there's nothing else we can achieve. If we are able to sit down and discuss our differences and bit by bit, measure by measure, work through them and learn one another, we could start fresh. So, as one potential friend to another, I ask as an entirely personal question: how do you feel about reunification? I know there are a lot of people in the Federation that are opposed to it, but certain, if we sit down together, rationally, we can come to see that reunification is a wonderful idea, isn't it? Bridging lost brothers back together. It hurts from so long ago. Really, that's what the Romulans and Vulcans are, don't you think? A divided family. It's a shame. I think of my daughter. She's a lovely girl. Takes after her mother in many respects. She is on Bajor now, and I love seeing her as much as possible. I couldn't imagine how dreadful being separated from her would be, and that's what Romulans and Vulcans must feel all the same. That's why I believe that reunification should happen as soon as possible. Imagine all the wounds that could heal, the pain that would go away. That would only be the start. If Vulcans and Romulans could find peace, why not peace with Klingons? The erosion. It would be a wake-up call for all the races that peace, prosperity, and unity are all possible. Our Federation has its problems, but we've learned to live and work together. There's no reason we all can't do so. Yes, I do. If you'll excuse me. He was definitely very, just eccentric.
We must be vigilant.
I know your kind too well to trust what you say. I will not be taken in by your attempts to be disarming. If you don't trust us, then why are you here? I am here as a representative of Starfleet and an expert in Romulan affairs, and to ensure my companion does not surrender all of the Federation in an effort to build foundations. I have spent more than 3 decades defending the Federation from Romulan plots. I have seen all of the tricks and deceptions, all of the treachery that is born from hubris. Romulans believe that they are superior to all other races. That is incorrect. It will take a great deal of effort to deceive me. I do not suggest that you try. This isn't a trap, Admiral. You will see. I guess not everyone in the Federation is all cheers and sunshine. That's true. Anyway, Federation wouldn't have lasted this long against the Klingons, the Romulans, the Borg, and everyone else and their mother that are trying to kill them if they didn't have some admirals that knew how to do things, operate and defend themselves against.
Jolan True, what do you have to report?
Against stuff like the treachery that most Romulans do occur.
There's doubt everywhere. We will have to be careful not to—
This conference is a farce.
Your face is a farce.
You're not trying to found a settlement. You're rebelling against your sovereign. You're stirring up dissent with your wild stories of mysterious aliens and colony attacks.
Wild stories?
Until now, I gave your little movement some leeway because I thought I could convince you to see the error of your ways. This ridiculous conference shows me I've been far too forgiving.
You? How could you?
Tovin! That's enough! You two, please leave this to Tamara and me.
I didn't even get started. There's a lot of things I could say to her.
Unbelievable. How can that woman stand there and deny everything? If you ask me, the only thing worse than the Tal Shiar is the politician who lies for them. There should be no allegiance with such... Hold on. I'm getting a message from the ship.
Continue.
They're picking up odd ships on sensors. Ships that match the one we scanned back when the colony was destroyed. Good. Now they'll have to deal with us, the Klingons, and the Federation.
Highwind. Inform the Klingons that they have uninvited guests.
We're gonna need a new plan.
The Klingon command base has ordered us to remain in orbit and leave the defense to Kittimer them. However, I am certain that the singularity signature I am detecting is the same ship that was orbit of Virant in the attack. This could be the person responsible for the destruction of our colony. Do we investigate despite the Klingons' objections? We're gonna need to. They actually couldn't. They technically, if they had a real Romulan fleet,
I'm picking up multiple anomalies in the area, but the Klingons are still ignoring them. We should investigate them and be prepared for whatever happens. Keep an eye out for Klingon ships. If any hostiles appear, they'll show up too. If we're lucky, they'll target the enemy and not us.
Very well. Let's get going. How many anomalies are there? There are 2 in this area. So, let's get going to the Magnesite.
The Alachi were hiding the Tal Shiar ship.
I think that one has 3-4, 2 aft. So their turrets will be dealing damage, but not as much damage as... Might I add, our ship is like literally half the size of their ship.
Is that a challenge?
Centurion, I am Gerard, son of Larsa, then of the IKS Kank. You've proven yourself in battle against one of these ships. I will ensure that you will survive to prove yourself again. I was the first to uncover the alien Undyne within the Klingon Empire. Now I shall be the first to combat this new alien threat. To battle! Agreed. We will send you the data that we have on the Alachi. I think that's the second. Yeah, that's the second. This is the second anomaly, and that is the second. That is the second real anomaly. We're gonna go take care of that while the IKS just sits there and does nothing. Because it doesn't actually they don't yell at you or anything like that for not doing things in X amount of time. Turning around. town. And I love how I'm singing Star Wars music while I'm playing Star Trek. Sometimes I amaze myself. I'm a fan of both. How was my timer telling me that we are out of time? So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, well, I'm sorry. There are a lot of other people on YouTube. Go watch them. If you want to comment and tell me something, or just say thank you, or say that my video was awesome, or anything like that, you can comment in the comment section below. And anyway, see you later, my pack. Run with the wolves.